Yo, 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 Salaam nerds. It's your boy Neebs, aka Watch with Neebs, and I'm here with my co-host Jazz, aka the Jazz Stormtrooper.
About time you use that one.
Yes, the Jazz Stormtrooper. You know, it's like instead of holding a gun, he holds like a saxophone.
Yes.
Saxophone.
Did I ever tell you I used to be able to play that?
What? I didn't know you. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could
I
play
was a
sax.
jazz musician for a while, actually.
That would make sense. That would be
Yeah.
pretty much on the nose.
Middle school, high school, jazz band wasn't really a thing, like an actual course, right? So
Yeah.
we had like, you had your symphonic band, you had your varsity band, and your honors band, right?
Hmm.
And I was a percussionist for 5 years, and so we did like jazz band, kind of like a club thing in the mornings before like class started. Like you get to school early, you have like 30 minutes to 45 minutes to kill, depending on when the buses got there.
Yeah.
So we just go to the band hall and just jam out and play jazz music. So that's how I became a jazz musician.
That's pretty cool, but I gotta be
Hmm.
honest with you. I do not have a musical bone in my body.
That's a lie. Everybody can play.
No, I cannot. I actually
I will prove you wrong.
I did play guitar for a little bit, but I just memorized tabs. I didn't know how to play.
That's fine. There's no correct way to play.
I feel like music has to be more than just like memorization and mechanical like steps.
No, that's literally what it is.
I don't know. Some people are creative. My niece, I think, is going to be like a musical savant. She's like, when she was like 2 or 3 years old, she could memorize entire songs in three different languages, like in English, in Spanish, Arabic, and Urdu.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna need to like get her to a deal with Salaam Nerds very quickly.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna invest in her. She's like, she not only does she know the lyrics, but she knows the melodies. Like, it's wild. Like, I can't even do that.
Yep. So yeah, okay,
She just
we're
in the
definitely investing her.
She's
But
just no, she's in the back seat in a little car, like baby car seat, literally just like spouting verses and bars like it's nothing.
all right then.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
Invest in baby Nora. She will be the next star in like 2041.
2041.
Yeah,
Oh God, I forgot how far time is from.
I know, I know. Well, listen, speaking of a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, let's talk about Andor. What do you think of this episode,
Mm,
man?
there's a lot to talk about in this episode, not because the episode moved the plot along, but the Easter eggs they put in here.
Really, really. So I
Yeah.
so I watched this episode literally right before the show. So I did not notice as many Easter eggs. So I didn't get a second watch. So this will be fun. This will be fun.
Yeah. Let's just start off with the episode, right?
All right, let's start off with the homie Cyril being nagged by his mama.
Mm-hmm.
And she's telling him what to do and think she's pretty disappointed in him. Pretty disappointed in the
Yeah. She's
homie.
like, hell, you never called. It's like, you never
Yeah,
came by either. I'm like, oh,
right?
typical white people family drama.
Mm. I know, I know. I'll be like, yeah, like brown parents will show up. Like if
Right, yeah.
open invites are real invites to
Oh,
brown
no, no.
people.
They're not even invites. They will just show up just because they can.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like,
Don't ever
oh, you have a girl over? We're going to come over right now. Sucks.
don't ever give open invites to brown people because they will show up.
Hmm.
We'll
For
call your
sure.
bluff. We'll call your
For sure.
bluff. Yep.
But what was cool about this scene is that they're continuing the trend with blue food.
Oh, interesting.
See, they
Yeah,
had that drink, right? That's like blue.
yeah.
Uh, you're gonna notice this in a lot of Star Wars. They're gonna have blue food, and it's just a trope they have. Like it's not significant anyway,
Mm,
but they just have it there.
that's very interesting. That's
Hmm.
very interesting. Huh. I didn't even catch that. But what someone else didn't catch were the tattoos on Skeen and how Andor caught those.
Okay, okay, okay. So those tattoos are very interesting.
Ooh, do tell, do tell.
So the first tattoo they talked about was the crate's head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what the crate was?
No.
Okay, so in the Mandalorian, there was this giant creature that was eating the cattle on I can't remember which planet it was, right? That's the
Oh
crate.
yes, the planet where like the Mandalorian like met a girl that he was trying to holler at, but
Yes.
he wouldn't take off his hijab. Like, yeah.
Yes. Yes, that one. And that's where we met that one essentially sheriff of that town acting all tough, and then he dies. It was actually really
Yeah.
sad. All right, but that creature that was eating up, like the sandworm,
Yeah.
Dune-esque, that's a crate. And
Mm.
so they did kill the crate in that episode, and the crate's head tattoo here is a callback to that, but also in one of the prequels or the original trilogy, there was a carcass or a fossil of this creature.
Mm.
So this is a callback to all of that.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. Thanks for
Yeah,
pointing that
that's what
out,
the
Jay.
crate set is. And the second tattoo, where it said "by the hand," this references one of my favorite characters in the show, and we haven't seen him yet.
The
So
hand
I'm
of the
very
king.
excited. His name is yeah, he was technically the hand of this empire, but he was called Hand of the Empire. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh, no way. That's what he's
Yeah,
called?
he's the Hand of the Empire, Grand Admiral
Whoa.
Thrawn. So if you haven't seen Rebels yet, highly recommend watching it.
I do too. Rebels is awesome. Also, Ezra is brown coated. He's one of us.
100% he is.
Yes, and so is Canon, I believe, right? Canon. So yeah, maybe even Sabine. I don't know. I feel like a lot of them. I feel like they're all people of color.
Sabine could be like, I want to say Burmese, right?
Could be. Could
She
be.
has distinctly Eastern Asian features,
Yeah.
but she's also a little bit of South Asia.
Right. Right.
And the Burmese people do cross over there pretty well. So I think she might be Burmese.
Well, the new show's coming out, and a lot of them have been casted. So we're going to find out for real.
So speaking of that show, I know they're gonna bring back Harris and Dula. One of her favorite fruits was on this show. Like, you know
Oh.
how like they were just showing things like in the background. The God, I cannot pronounce it. It's Malorian. The
Oh,
Malorian.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was actually there, and that's one
did
of
see
her
that.
favorite fruits. So this whole episode was just Easter egg after Easter egg, hinting
Really?
at the past and the present and the future even.
And they said there wouldn't be any Easter eggs. They lied.
Oh, they lied. They are dirty liars. This is 100% like nothing but Easter eggs.
Okay, okay. Well, let's talk about the senator. She's having some
Senator
beef
Mon
with
Mothma.
yeah, she's having some beef with her kids. She's having beef with her wife. Feels like nobody likes this poor senator, man, and she's out here trying to defend the empire in a sneaky way. Not defend the empire, fight against the empire.
Right. Leda Mothma, I mean, she was in the books and she was like in a small scene in Rebels. She's generally more pleasant in the other things than she is here. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but I think it's just teenage angst. And it's like a really cool way to show that Senator Mothma truly is just another mom and just living in another universe.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
they're just like us, essentially.
It's like those magazines, People magazines. They're just like us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that scene was. Like, they're just like us.
Okay, all right. One thing we didn't mention was the mom talking to Cyril and saying like, "Hey, we need to talk to your uncle Harlow, and he's gonna put in a good word for you and get you a job." A little bit of nepotism going on over there for a little Boy Scout.
Who's Harlow?
I don't know. I don't know who Harlow is. Is he someone special? So are we supposed to know who he is?
Okay. So this is
I just watched.
you
This
know
episode,
what?
so I don't
I'm
know
gonna
anything.
come back to this one next week.
Okay.
Because I'm curious to see where they're gonna take this. I think they're just gonna tie this. You know what? I'll talk about it next week. Yeah,
Fair,
this
fair.
is one of those things. Like, I'm not sure where they're gonna take it. They may explain it next week, but I have this crazy wild theory that this is just a reference to a video game called Red Dead Redemption. But you know what? We'll dive deeper into that next week.
That sounds a little far fetched, but you never know. You never know.
You never know.
Let's talk about how they're talking about oppressors and this fascist regime. One of the few times where you really see them talk about the philosophies of this. One of the things that they said, which I really liked, I forgot the words, but it was like, the axe forgets, but the woods remember, or the trees remember. I
Hmm.
thought that was really, really a fantastic quote. You know me, like I love dialogue, I love quotes, and that was definitely a great one because it's one of those things where, like, when you look at history, uh, the oppressors rarely remember it, but the
Yeah, they don't
oppressed,
because there's like, oh, we just did what we do best. We're great. We're amazing, and they completely gloss over the atrocities committed and what the people suffered through. Like that's
yep,
absolutely true.
yeah, but the people who suffered, they don't forget. They don't forget.
History is written by the victors.
I would say history is written by the oppressors. Because even when they lose, they get to write revisionist history, like the British when they left, and
That's true.
right, and the Russians and all the other, in America with Vietnam, like they'll lose and still write the freaking history
This is
pages.
true. This is true.
That's what I say. All right. Um,
Yeah, but that's a cool quote you mentioned because that's actually the title of the episode. The axe forgets.
yes, that is
Yeah.
really, really cool. Um, that guy, he was like writing a manifesto, and like I wanted to hear him talk more. Like I want to talk about the philosophies of Star Wars and like the politics of Star Wars. Like that's what I love. One of my favorite lines of all time, like every single Star Wars movie, every single Star Wars show, every single cartoon, is the line by Padme where she says, "This is how liberty dies," with
With thunderous
thunderous
applause.
applause. Fucking best line ever, dude. I love that
Amazing.
line. Best line. I was sitting there watching the Trump campaign and seeing people clap for him being president, and that's the line that I thought, well, okay,
Yep.
this is how liberty dies, with thunderous applause.
Yep. People don't care. Like they just want the other side to get hurt. And, they just want a strong person, even though they keep claiming they're against strong government. But here we are.
I don't know. That's why I love Star Wars. I love the politics of Star Wars. I think they're really cool.
It's a really great allegory for a lot of things.
Yeah. All right, now let's talk about their plan because freaking they have this plan about what they're about to do with this mission, and they're like, hey, yeah, new guy, how would you get this plane lifted? And he's like, wait a second, do you guys not know how to do this? Like,
It's like, okay, every penny that Luthen paid to get Andor here, or sorry, Clem here,
yeah,
worth it.
yeah, it's definitely worth it. They worked it. They put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Are you gonna do that every episode now? Like,
I,
I feel like every time we record, you mention that.
it's it's my gimmick. It's my thing. I always do it.
It's good.
Listen, people like it when you have like something familiar. Like, yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
that's why
I'll
wherever
go
I
back.
that's why whenever I go and meet people who like actually listen to the show, they come up to me and go, "Yo, yo, yo, Salaam nerds."
The number of people I've met that have done that,
Yeah,
man.
the repetition it's called branding, baby. It's
Mm-hmm.
branding. I'm the
Mm-hmm. We gotta make sure it's like yo 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 salam nerds.
I'm the Kanye West of branding, bro. Oh man. All right. Yeah, so he's like, you know what? Listen, I'm gonna fly this shit. I'm going to you take a seat. I'm gonna handle this. And then I feel like this whole episode with slowly them starting to trust Clem more and more, a lot of the secrets coming out, a lot of the information being known, all everyone's cards are on the table. And now, Skeen tells him a story about like, what happened to him, his
His
brother,
brother, yeah.
right? And it's like that's the closest you'll get to an apology. And I was like, yep, fair. Fair.
Yep.
I feel like men don't need to apologize. It's really just like you can tell when a man apologizes without apologizing.
Yeah. It's like that nod.
All right? It's like
The
it's just this connection men have. Like
yeah.
you can apologize to a man without ever apologizing to a man. It's so weird.
Yeah. And it'll be like, apology accepted, my bro. Give me a hug.
Uh,
They don't have to say I'm sorry, they'll say apology accepted.
yeah, man. Like this person makes this gesture and you're just like, say less. Let's go. It's over.
I got you, bro.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, yeah, man.
We're
This is
horrible at communicating, but we're great at communicating with each other.
Yeah, like yeah, man. I don't know, man. We're weird. We're simple, but we're weird. I don't
Like
know.
that's like the worst way of saying like we're not gonna say I'm sorry, but we all understand it to mean I'm sorry, even though you're not using the same words ever.
You never say the words, but somehow they know.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's talk about how they got a double agent over there, and we get to see a little bit of like how their plans are going, where they're getting the oldest information, how
Lieutenant
that's going.
Gorn.
Yeah, Lieutenant man. How about him, Jazz? Tell us a little bit about him.
We want to know like.
What are your thoughts about like, the character and stuff
Okay,
after
so I
this
thought it was really
episode?
funny when they were like, "Sir, we're here to see the meteors on this planet. This planet sucks." And then he's like, "You know what? Fine. We'll keep a very minimal crew, but I want this thing painted day after." And he knows day after none of them are going to be there. And
Yeah, yeah.
so he's like playing this game. He's like, and then like he's talking to the other people there who this one guy, I can't remember his name. He was there overlooking the scenery. He's like the view, and that guy actually hates the shit. What are they called? The locals, right? He hates the
Hmm.
locals, and so for Gorn to just talk to him so casually, even though he hates his guts, right? He's like a Slytherin,
Yeah.
and Gorn is in love with the Muggle, right? And so obviously a Slytherin is gonna be like, no, fuck the mudbloods, right? But Gorn is like, no, fuck you. Like, but he's like playing it very sneakily. I
Mm.
think he's doing a masterful job at deceiving the Empire here.
Yeah, I agree. Fair, fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I don't have too much about this episode. I didn't do too much notes because I just watched it right before. Because I've been at Comic-Con all freaking week, so I don't have too much about Andor. What about you? Anything else that we missed?
Okay, so when Luthen was like freaking out about the plan, he was on his radio.
Yes.
So behind him, you can see the Sankara stones from Indiana Jones.
Oh, yes. That's
Somebody
cool.
on the show really likes Indiana Jones, same way that I think they like Red Dead Redemption. And
No,
I
it's
think,
it's it's a Harrison Ford reference, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ibby, yes, Andor is so good. Like it's
Ibby,
my
what's up?
favorite Star Wars show right now.
Ibby's in the comments right now.
Yes,
Really? It's your favorite Star Wars show right now?
I a whole heart. Like it's made for me. It's made for the nerds who know these little Easter eggs that are tying 50,000 things back and forth, and you're just like,
Mm.
oh, this is so cool.
Interesting. Okay. I still think season one of The Mandalorian is my favorite still. Um, but this is
Yeah,
up.
like
This is up
to the
there.
people who don't know like the lore behind it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
None of this will make any sense. Like this whole episode was made for someone like me. It was not
Okay.
made for like the casual viewer.
I wouldn't say I'm a casual viewer, but like I did miss a few things here and
Yeah,
there.
you're not even a casual viewer, but like even for you, like this is for like the super nerds who love and breathe Star Wars.
That is true.
That's who the show is for. That's why I'm like loving it so much.
Like I've seen all media of Star Wars outside of some of the canon books. I've read like two of them. I forget which one, uh, but other than those, I have not read too many books about Star Wars, so there is a little bit of a gaps there. But
Hmm.
definitely watched everything that is in media form in terms of like video. But yeah, a lot of things were missed by me. But also, I rushed through this episode, man. I had so much going on this week.
Yeah. This week's been wild for you. It's been a wild week for everybody, but Andor, like just this episode, it
Hmm.
was Easter egg episode finale, like just Easter eggs for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, there's one other thing I want to talk about if we're ending it, but before we end, I want to talk about,
Yep.
and that is Lady Kira.
Wait,
Now,
she was in this episode? What do you mean, here?
there
Was there a reference?
was a reference.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What's the reference? Tell us.
So Crimson Dawn, right?
Right.
You know what Crimson Dawn is?
Darth Maul?
It's being run by him, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah. So here's a very interesting thing about Luthen is that some of the things we see them, like they hint that he's associated with them in some way. Not affiliated,
Mm.
like not on their side, but he can have a connection there, and it's she is now the new face of Crimson Dawn. And what's so cool about Kira is that she and Han Solo grew up together.
Yes, we know that. Yep.
Yeah, and so the comics, there's a new Marvel comic called Crimson Reign. They kind of expanded on this, right? And Kira has this very interesting holocron in her possession. So,
Wait,
yeah,
Jazz, everyone might not know what a holocron is. That
a holocron is like a little device that, like, you know how what's his name? Security guy has one. He's looking at Cassian Andor like
Yep.
on it over and over. That's what a holocron is, right?
Yeah.
And so
they show it in Rebels. No, not Rebels and just Clone Troopers, the Clone Wars.
yeah, they do have Sith holocrons. They do have Jedi holocrons. They have like lots of different types of holocrons, right?
Right.
Now, the reason I bring this up, and it's that holocron being there, but also the fact that the comics are just now talking about her. I have a really strange feeling that maybe, just maybe, Emilia Clarke will come on as Kira again, from like she was Kira in the Han Solo movie. That she will come on as Kira here in Andor either this season or next season.
Oh, Jazz, you can't put that out in the universe because
I am putting it out there. Emilia Clarke is coming to Andor.
I don't think so, but you never know. You never know.
I will be the first one to say it.
Oh, Jazz. This is gonna be like a Daredevil She-Hulk thing again. Like, oh, and everyone's gonna wait for her to like. I just want to enjoy this show for what it is. I don't want to look forward to any cameos. I just want to go on the ride. I just want to go on the ride, bro.
My bad, but yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
Listen, if it happens, bro, fantastic foresight, fantastic. All right,
And you heard it here first on Salaam Nerd Season 2, Episode 43, Andor Episode 5, that Jazz is claiming Emilia Clarke is gonna come to Andor.
okay. We'll keep an eye on this. All right. Well, that's all I have, man. You have anything else before we go?
I'm glad they showed all the credits in their little like coin roll things almost.
Oh yeah.
They showed it. Gorn is brilliant. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna clear out this whole base because I love you guys, not because we're about to storm the base and steal everything, but because I love you. Yeah, and then Emilia Clarke. That's really the three things I want to talk about. I can't top that. I think we're good here with this episode. So yeah.
All right, man. That's awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us, and I can't wait till next episode. And until then, guys, Salaam nerds.
Peace.